All right, Scott, Bernhard, talk to the people, man. Let them know what's getting ready to go down.
Let's go, let's go. It's your boy Scott Bernhard, aka the Vegan Beast, back on Good Money channel. And thank you guys for having me here. And today we got a video, and we're not gonna be working out today. I know you guys are used to me doing the reps and sets and everything like that, but it's all about recovery. Recovery is very important. And what we're gonna talk about, stretching after a workout. So I had to bring a professional in.
Noemi.
Yes,
okay.
yes. So Noemi is going to show us some awesome stretching techniques to do after workout because I am a victim of this. So listen, I be getting in, I be doing my reps and sets, and after the workout, I just don't stretch. I am a victim. I am just straight up being 100% transparent with you guys, and she's going to show me. I know, shaking my head. I should know better, right? As a NASM certified trainer.
But you say you're a professional now. Why do you qualify as being a professional?
So I've been teaching yoga for the past 6 years. I teach consistently about 3 to 4 times a week. I have private clients that I've helped improve their flexibility over the years. And I do tons of continuing education in yoga, and I have my own yoga practice as well.
Any you go to any educational background also?
So I went to school for exercise science.
Okay.
And
you smart.
Yeah.
That's what I was waiting for. Go ahead.
I'm on my way to physical therapy school. I'm applying, so I definitely in the future want to help people recover on all different levels. I want to have a greater scope to help people recover. So right now I can help people stretch. When I become a physical therapist, I can actually help you with specific injury and help you rehabilitate from the injury back to almost 100% normal.
Okay. All right, so let's get it. What you got for us?
Show me what you got for me, man.
All right, so
the sister's smart, man. She's smart.
So I'm going to reiterate this. A lot of people should focus less on intensity and more on consistency. So with intensity, a lot of people think they have to stretch 30 minutes to an hour every single day, when it's better to just stretch for a little bit of time and then do that consistently, almost daily, maybe 2 times a day if you're working out a lot, like how Scott is. You want to make sure you're protecting your joints, and definitely improving your range of motion is going to help you perform pull-ups better, handstands better, dips better, especially if you're muscling. If you feel like you're muscling through exercises with a little bit more flexibility, you'll be able to do those exercises and it just feels like butter. So you're going to do, your foot's already up there, so we're going to take the right foot on an elevated surface. It can be anything. It could be a chair, it could be a stool. And the most important thing when you're stretching your hamstring is to bend the knee slightly, right? If you lock out your knee, that puts a lot of pressure on your pelvis and on the hamstring. So bend the knee as much as you need to, right? And then from here, you're gonna walk your hands down your thigh, down your shin, right? If you can only make it here, that's completely fine. If you keep practicing, yeah, you might be able to grab your foot from here and then see if you can lengthen through your spine. So that way you're gonna feel your hamstring even better. The bend in the knee is completely fine. You'll still feel the stretch. And then make sure that you're breathing. You wanna make sure that your breath is fluid and you're not holding your breath at all. How do you feel, Scott?
I feel really good. Really relaxing. My hamstring is feeling it.
Okay, awesome. So generally I like to stay in my stretches if I'm just doing static stretching for about 30 seconds to a minute. Just because that's the amount of time that allows the muscle fibers to relax so that they're not clenching and holding on and being tight. And then we'll repeat on the other side.
How long are we holding it? How long do you hold this stretch?
About 30 seconds to a minute, ideally for these stretches. Especially when you're holding them for a long period of time. You can hold it for longer, right? But that's only if you're really trying to be a contortionist or you're a yoga teacher like me. If it's someone like you and you're an athlete and you just want to have enough range of motion to do your dips and your pull-ups and your squats, you should do 30 seconds to a minute for about total 10 minutes of different exercises.
Okay.
So about 30 seconds is 5 breaths if you're breathing really deep. So if you don't have your phone next to you or something like that, you can just take 5 really deep breaths in and out through your nose and your mouth. And then it helps you to breathe too. Good. Awesome. Now from here, we're going to stretch our inner thighs. So we're going to come down into a deep squat. Okay. So especially in calisthenics, right? People say that we don't do legs as much. But me and Scott, we do legs. We do legs with weights in the gym, actually.
You can see it. You can see it through the the tights.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you're having a bit of trouble with your squat, it might be your ankles, it might be your knees, it might be your hips. If you come down to a full squat and hold it, and you do this consistently for about 30 seconds to a minute daily, you'll see definite improvements when you do your squats and you're packing on the weight. If you're squatting, like, especially if you're squatting 200, 300 pounds, right? You want to make sure that you have the full range of motion to do it properly and not squatting only halfway or barely hitting parallel. You want to make sure you're squatting all the way down and all the way up. So we're going to come down to our squat.
I do 265 on the squat.
Amazing.
I know.
Okay. So everybody has a different squat stance. Scott looks like he took a wider stance, right? And you could play around with your squat stance. You can actually bring your feet a little bit closer to make it a little bit more challenging on your ankles. So Scott, bring your feet together a little bit closer. Not that close. Right there is fine.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you come down and you just hold it.
Ideally, you want shoulder width apart, or?
Ideally, you want a little bit wider than your hips.
Okay.
A little bit wider than your hips, but everybody squats differently. You have to play around with your feet, and you know, because it feels comfortable for you in your squat, you should be able to just chill here for a little bit. Okay. And then you want to lift your chest up too while you do this, right? You don't want to be hanging down low.
Right, because it causes pressure on the lower back, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah. You want to be lifting up through your chest, feeling taut through your spine, and you just hold. Right, and we can get even lower. Try to get your hamstrings to touch your calves. Right, so you're engaging your muscles and you're also stretching them at the same time. And then take your elbows inside of the inner thighs, and then you want to press out so that you're getting your hip flexors and your groins as well. Okay, so still lift through the chest. Right, so if you do one thing, try not to lose the other thing. You want to keep everything together and aligned. Right, and then just keep pressing, lifting, smiling, breathing, holding.
I'm gonna smile in pain.
Exactly. Good, and then you come out of it. Perfect. Good. And you do that daily, you should be seeing improvements in your flexibility, in your range of motion. If you have lower back pain, sometimes this might even help it go away. And then doing upper body, we're gonna do something called down dog in yoga, which is just an upside down V shape with your body. Okay, so you're gonna come down to the ground and lift your hips up towards the sky. Okay, so if you come over here, your hands are fine.
Okay.
You want to do this with your hands about shoulder width distance, if not a little bit wider, right? If your shoulders are super tight, you might benefit from having your hands a little bit wider. And then you want to bend your knees right here as well, and then push your chest back towards the thighs. Perfect. So you're stretching your lats here, but you're also strengthening. I love to incorporate exercises where you're strengthening and lengthening at the same time. You kill two birds with one stone. It's efficient. You're not wasting time. Right? And then also he's stretching his calves and his hamstrings here. So if he straightens his legs a little bit, he'll feel his calf muscle stretching and his hamstrings right here. And then he's also working his core just to stay lifted up, and his arms. This is actually a really good progression if you're trying to learn handstand. It's also really good just to have that overhead flexibility when you're doing pull-ups. And then you can come out of it. I'll definitely hold that for 30 seconds to a minute after the workout. How did that feel?
You sure this is not a workout?
So it might feel like a workout if you're not used to stretching. So I can see how a lot of people are adverse to doing this after they just had a really hard workout and they're like, okay, now we're gonna do more work. But if you just tack this on and you do like 5 to 10 minutes after your workout, you'll see tons of improvements during your actual workout. You'll see that you'll have more endurance, you have more flexibility, you have more range of motion, and you're more connected. You're creating that mind-muscle connection to your body because you're actually feeling the muscles that you're supposed to feel when you're working out.
Right.
Right, you don't want to be doing your workout and then, you know, you're not warm enough and you're not flexible enough, and then you try to muscle through it, and that's how you start putting yourself in risky positions to get an injury, and you don't want to do that.
Exactly. That's why when they say prevention is better than cure.
Yes.
So we want to prevent you guys from getting injured. So what you want to do is make sure that you stretch, you warm up properly, and just take care of your body, because we want you to be the best version of yourself, right? And we don't want you guys to get injured. Is there anything else you want to say?
Any more stretches, or we good?
Well, I could do a whole 3-hour class, but I think the stretches I gave you guys, we can go in.
We're not doing a 3-hour video. We're not doing a 3-hour stretch video.
God.
This is
could do
good.
3 hours.
We had 10
But
minutes now.
I feel like, especially when you're beginning, the less is more, right? You know, when like you're first starting to diet, for example, you want to lean out, and then you know you're focusing on cutting out sugar, cutting out all this stuff, and taking pills and all these unnatural things that you're doing to your body. When you can just focus on eating more vegetables, getting more sleep, focusing on just showing up to the gym or showing up to the park, right? Because sometimes you'll see those people that work out really hard one day and you never see them again. You never see them again because their intensity was way too high. They got turned off, and then they don't see progressions because they're not putting in the hours that they need to in order to get better. So it's really important to focus on frequency and consistency. I can't stress that enough. Like, if I could just make a whole video on being consistent, you could do and achieve anything you want in your life if you just keep being consistent and keep repeating the same thing over and over again.
Repetition, yeah.
Yes, repetition is the
key to mastery.
Yes.
Repetition is the key to mastery, all right, guys? You're not going to get it in one day. You're probably not getting it the next day. But if you keep on going, you keep on working on your craft and keep on working towards the end goal, you will get it, all right? Yes. So keep on fighting a good fight, man. And there you have it, man. Thank you so much, guys. Scott Burnhard here with the one and only
Noemi.
Yes, Noemi.
Noemi. Thanks a lot, Noemi.
Yes, thank you guys, man.
Okay, her links to her Instagram will be in the description box. You got a YouTube channel, maybe you can jump on the YouTube when people comment on the video.
Okay,
you answer
follow
a couple
me on
comments.
Instagram, EMIV Henry. I post tons of my muscle up workouts, beginner calisthenics workouts, my avocados. I love avocados. I'm Dominican. I post my bachata videos and like me working out to bachata. Okay. It's literally my life and my calisthenics journey, so give me a follow if you feel inspired by this video.
Okay, thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Salute. Namaste.
Namaste.
That's good. That was a good one.